All right, here we are today. We're at UScryotherapy here in Woodbury. Tyler and I are going to run through all the different treatments that they offer here. What they are is they're going to actually be a sponsor for the Twin Cities Strongest Hands, and they're actually going to be on site the day of the contest, offering some of their services to the contestants.
We went over this, but basically the chamber is by far the main event. If you have, done any research on cryo, done it, seen it on Google, Instagram, that's probably what you would have seen is these whole body chambers. And basically what you do is it's negative 150 degrees in that chamber. So going from this 70-degree room into that negative 150, that like sudden transition basically tricks your body to go into shock. So you're only in there for like 2.5 to 3.5 minutes, but basically your body is in a state of fight or flight mode. And that is where you're gonna get all these benefits, is because all of the blood from your arms and your legs gets rushed up to your core to literally keep your vital organs warm, where if you're about to freeze, your body's gonna naturally keep your heart, your lungs, all the vital organs warm. So all that blood gets rushed up to your core, and that's while you're in the chamber. So all that blood goes up to your core. You're basically enriching that blood because your body's working so hard just to keep you warm. You're putting more oxygen, nutrients, antioxidants into that bloodstream. So then when you come out of the chamber, all of that new blood essentially is still up in your core. And as you warm back up, that blood is gonna wash through your body. And I was telling Joel, it's literally like an internal detox where that new blood is gonna wash away like the inflammation, the lactic acid, the bad toxins, all that is gonna be washed away by the new blood internally. So kind of honestly comparable to like a sauna, but instead of like sweating out the bad toxins, it's all happening internally. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that is kind of the main thing behind the chamber is new blood. That new blood is gonna cycle through your body, reduce the inflammation, wash away the toxins. After the chamber, what we like to do is either the Normatec boots there, which you can see Tom in. Those are like a nice leg massage basically. So you had a super tough deadlift day, anything where you're on your legs a lot, those are basically gonna give them some life. Put that new blood throughout your legs, just wash away the lactic acid, the fluid buildup, stuff like that. Okay. So then after that, we can go to the localized room right back here. And this is where we're gonna focus on like the specific injuries or like the one or two kind of specific areas causing you some aches and pains. And you guys can just come right back in here. Not the biggest room, but have you seen this one at all, Tyler?
We're done?
Yeah. So a little deep tissue massage. You know what this one is? Literally deep tissue massage. So we'll have you guys just lay down. We can take care of the upper back, lower back, whatever's causing you like tightness, stiffness, or like the soreness basically. So usually I'll do this, say I just hit like a chest shoulder day. I'll come back here, hit my chest and shoulders with this thing. And it definitely is pretty intense, but the next morning you're gonna be a lot looser, not as sore, stuff like that. And then this one right here, this is our localized cryotherapy. So this is basically a stronger version of an ice pack. Okay. So the reason why this one's so much more beneficial than an ice pack is when you put an ice pack, say on your arm, naturally your body is gonna pull your blood so you don't get frostbite. It's gonna pull the blood to the cold area. Since this is coming out at such a high pressure, it actually blows the blood away from the area. So if you just got done with the chamber, that new blood is gonna come in and take its spot. So not only is it gonna reduce the inflammation, definitely gonna just help it heal up a little bit quicker there for you. And obviously each person's a little different, each injury is a little different, but overall we're definitely gonna help reduce the inflammation, help things heal up a little bit quicker. So, some people definitely do come here expecting like, they'll have like a broken arm and they think one session is gonna heal it, and it's like, you're definitely gonna need to spend 3 sessions, 4 sessions, 5 sessions to really start to wrap your head around it. But that's why, for the first time, we'll just kind of show you everything. You should be able to have an idea of how we're gonna help, but then the more you do it, just like, anything, working out, eating healthy, the more you do it, the more you see the results. Cool. So that is the local. Both of those are kind of local treatments. Then we have the boots out there. So that is everything we'll get you guys through today. Does that sound good? Yes. Awesome. So then you guys can come right on over here. Basically everything that we need you guys to put on, the plastic gloves for sanitary reasons, face mask to hold in that moisture from like your nose and your mouth, and then the gloves to cover up the fingers, and then the hat for your head as well actually. So this is everything that you guys can put on. Tyler, you got that there. And then other than that, I personally go in with no shirt on, and that is what I would recommend if you guys want to see more benefits, because the goal is to get you as cold as possible essentially. So you guys can just get those on and we'll get you guys in the chamber one at a time here. And like I said, if there's any questions, I know I'm throwing a million facts out at you right away, so.
No.
Yeah, nose and mouth there, because basically if you open the chamber, any of the moisture turns into this kind of like fog.
Okay.
So otherwise you're sitting there blowing out the fog, and it's like just pretty uncomfortable. So this will help just with the comfort level there. And yeah, we do have shorts. If you want a pair of shorts, we can give you. Yeah, let's do it. Grab these.
Also, there's speakers in there, so you can think about what your cryo jam is going to be.
Oh, all right. How long are we in there again?
What's that?
How long are we in there?
It'll be, I think, 2.5 to start.
I will say it's not going to be. Yeah, you could try those there. I will say if you guys have lived in Minnesota, going outside on like a windy day in the middle of winter is a lot worse than this, because our chamber doesn't have any moisture or wind chill. Sure. So you hear negative 150 and you think it's going to be a lot worse than it actually is. Don't get me wrong, you are going to be freezing by the last minute, but then coming out, you should, like I said, have a burst of energy, feel very focused, and just kind of like a weight was lifted off your shoulders.
You just keep your socks on?
Yeah, socks are good. You can keep those on. And then if you guys want to throw on a pair of slippers, you can. If not, your own shoes are fine. We will have you put on a pair of shoes. So either slippers or your own shoes are all good there. And basically just you don't want to be standing on that ice and mat there. So for a workout, it is just so relaxing actually, and really just basically brings your body back to normal. So it helps you.
In the midst?
Yep. So those are just for the sanitary reasons actually, because we only wash the gloves every so often. Otherwise they'd get torn apart. So yeah. I like the tats too. Those are super sick actually. Years in the making, I can imagine.
Oh yeah. It's been a while.
Oh yeah, that's all good if it rips a little bit there. We can always give them a wash, but yeah, when Ulyss comes in, his hands are so big he doesn't even use those gloves. So if if you guys have that same problem for big, bodybuilders like you guys there. But no, I mean, what we've realized is like, we have a great product for the most part. Everyone likes it. It's just a matter of like people knowing about it. Like no one really has tried it. Even you guys, right? Super into fitness, super into bodybuilding. You guys have never tried this. So it's like, how do you think a regular person out in the gym feels? Is like they look at it, they're like, maybe I could try it, maybe not. So that's why if we could get a few key influencers throughout the area just to literally just vouch for us and like use the product, that's all we're looking for.
Sure, for sure.
Cool. So we'll go one at a time. Which one of you guys wants to step up first?
I'll do it.
All right, let's do it. So honestly, for you guys, usually we start at 2.5 minutes. If you guys want, we can start you there. I'm almost positive you could do 3 minutes though. So if you guys want to do 3 minutes, I think that's what we'll start you at. It's just the 3 minutes. Door does not lock, so if worst comes to worst, you can just push on it and come right on out. We'll get you in the system here. So basically the way we keep track of everything here, Tyler, is we take a skin temp reading before you go in the chamber, then right when you come out of the chamber. And so we're looking for your core skin temperature to drop anywhere from 30 to 45 degrees. And so if that happens, that just lets us know that all of these benefits we're telling you about, that is where the kind of the sweet spot where we want you to get. And actually another benefit each time you're in there, just because you're working so hard to stay warm, you're going to be burning 400 to 800 calories just in like this 3 minutes here. So literally equivalent to, like an hour of cardio just right here.
So we're going to come out with abs.
So
You're saying I don't have to do cardio.
I get that. Not that I do. I get that all the time. And like I said, same thing as working out, eating healthier. If you do all of them together, that's when you're going to start to see some great results, as opposed to just doing one or the other, right? I always use the analogy of like, this is something you're going to want to do a few times, like I said, to really see the results. So I always tell people, like, if someone overweight comes into the gym, they don't just try the treadmill to see if it works, right? You got to give it a few times. So same thing with this. Give it a few times, then you'll really start to like see the long-term effects. So you're at 91 to start. We'll go 3 minutes today, Joel, like I said. And it's too cold, push on the door, come on out.
I'm pretty excited.
And then what song do you want to listen to when you're in there? Artist, song, anything you got for me? I can search whatever. So
Maybe something country.
Something country. I'm not too up to date with my country, I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
I'll sell the place with Johnny Cash. I'm trying to think of one that's 3 minutes long.
Ulyss usually goes with Juice WRLD, what song does he do? There's one that's like 3 minutes long that he plays every time. But I mean, if there's something you want.
Anything is fun.
Okay, then I'll go this one just because I know it's like exactly 3 minutes here. Classic. So while you're in there, like I said, there's no wind chill. So actually, if you move around a little bit, you'll get that air moving around, and you'll actually get colder the more you move. So while you're in there, if you want to just kind of open up your core, do jumping jacks, run in place, definitely don't have to go crazy, but for sure, like little movements, you can open up your arms. That really does help drop that core temperature down. So just keep that in mind. Move around a little bit. Other than that, you're all set to go in, man. Enjoy. Yeah, so like right now, a little intense, but after a workout, if you're hot, sweaty, disoriented, it just feels amazing, honestly, so. Yeah, it's always interesting seeing people's first time in the chamber. Some people are like so nervous and like so hesitant. Oh yeah. I mean, because this is really good for like actually older customers if you have arthritis, fibromyalgia. Yeah, arthritis specifically is a really big one, just because the main cause is inflammation, right? So then basically the main thing that this is doing, reducing that whole inflammation throughout your body. So we've had literally actually a few weeks ago, I put in like a 94-year-old into the chamber and brought her a little chair in there, and she sat down and helped her out. But those are usually the ones that are a little more skeptical. People like you that are pretty into the, fitness, working out. You guys have done worse, so. Yeah. Or, I mean, I'm sure you've done ice baths, right?
Oh yeah. I miss ice baths so much.
Well, if you miss ice baths, this is kind of the same thing, just taking its spot. Basically, this is a more effective version of an ice bath, because an ice bath is going to do the same thing of reducing the inflammation, but basically when you're sitting in that cold pool, your blood isn't moving. You're just sitting in that stagnant blood, and it's going to get cold, so it's going to reduce the inflammation. But this one, not only are you reducing the inflammation from getting cold, like I said, literally detoxing internally all of the blood. So that's why these ones are a little bit more beneficial there. And have you seen like the cryo saunas where your head sticks out the top? Yeah, so the difference between this one and the cryo saunas use liquid nitrogen, and basically right along like the back of the chamber, they spray out liquid nitrogen. So they want you to like turn around and like get that even spray throughout your body. These ones, totally all natural air, and basically that is why your head is incorporated with these ones, because it's just all natural air. So these ones are definitely like, the Minnesota Vikings have 3 of these in their facility. LeBron James has it in his house. So like these are the ones that the pros are using. Don't get me wrong, the cryo saunas are still going to get you cold. I'm sure they'll still have some great effects, but the fact that your head is incorporated with this one, your head regulates everything. So that definitely makes it a lot better.
Well, and if you have anyone who has neck injuries or like up in the neck,
exactly,
you're going to get more.
All right, so you drop down to 6.
I'm about to go get cold as fuck. It's going to be awesome.
So you drop 23 degrees. Like I said, we're looking for like a 30 to 40 degree
Make it work.
So we could put you in probably another 30 seconds, 45 seconds, something like that. And then one more thing I can do is we can turn on a fan in there as well. Sure. So that's even the next level, one step at a time, kind of ease you into it. But right now, how are you feeling? I mean, you should definitely notice a little bit of energy, a little bit of looseness. Skin should feel nice and kind of, I guess, loose and awake. I guess that's a good way to put it. Yeah, awesome. So then now you can throw all the disposables in the trash. Gloves you can put right back in here, just in the dirty laundry there basically. And then Tyler, we could get you into the chamber here now. We'll go, and actually we'll give this 2 or 3 minutes to cool back down a little bit. Just from opening the door, we let out some of that cold air. So we'll just let it get a little colder here for, a minute, 2 minutes there. That skin temp for you.
Yeah.
All right, so then now, Joel, the next part of the treatment is because all of that blood is still up in your core, we're just gonna want you to warm back up, and you can do that either by hopping on this bike, or what I would recommend is the VMAX over there. Sure. That one's basically a shaking platform that's gonna kind of shake the blood throughout your body. Plus, it feels really good for like your hips, knees, all of that kind of stuff. And then what song do you want to listen to while you're in there, Tyler?
Johnny Cash?
Alright. Anything in particular?
So how'd you feel?
It was cold, man. I should have moved more, so I got a little bit cooler. But obviously more mass, so it takes a little bit to get cooler.
Yeah. So I was just gonna talk to Joel here. You know, for the first time though, we don't want it to be like too overwhelming or anything. So that's why like 3 minutes, just kind of get the feel of everything. It's a good first time. Next time is when we can really push the limits if you want. So you went in for 3 minutes a day. Ulyss actually does about 4 or 4.5.
I was gonna say, we have like more mass.
Yeah, so he does a little bit longer there, which actually each person's a little different. I put some big guys in there that drop like quite a bit after the first time. So I think it is like actually how your body just circulates that blood through. But 3 minutes is a good place to start. We can always bump you up 30-second increments, 15 seconds. And then when you really want it, we can turn on that fan as well.
Sure.
So Tyler,
You
we're
want
all
the fan?
set for you here. We'll go to 3 minutes. We're all set. I got your song playing. Enjoy. Yeah, Joel, I was telling Tyler, like, if you, like, after a workout, this thing just feels great. If you're actually, like, sweaty and, like, disoriented, you know, super hot, then it's more of, like, a relax and feel-good thing, whereas opposed to right now, it's, like, kind of just have to tough it out for those 3 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried one of these VMAXs before? Okay, so then we'll just turn it on here for you. You can play with the settings. Right up there, right now it's a 1.0, and that's the lowest it'll go. But super good for like the hips, knees, thighs, all of that. Really helps with like stability actually. So really like on their website it recommends for older customers so they don't like slip and fall. But we just use it more so to get warm, get that blood circulating through your body. See you, Tom. And then Joel, whenever you're feeling warm, after, you know, minute, 2 minutes, you just let us know and we'll bring you back to the Localized back there, all right?
Perfect.
It always is, right? Especially when Tony leaves and everyone goes crazy. I've had a few people. Alright. How was that?
It is cold.
Yes, it
Feels
is.
good though.
That's what I'm saying, like right after a workout. Okay, so look at you. You dropped 30 degrees. Joel dropped only the 22. So you actually were looking for like a 30 to 45. So we could push the limits a little bit more, but that's actually really good. That's a good first time drop there. So then now, Tyler, your next part.
I did. I was like in there dancing a little bit, like doing
And you know, there's a happy medium because if you're sitting in there doing push-ups the whole time, you'll probably warm up a little bit actually. But if you're just doing slow movements like this to move the air around, that's when you're actually.
I could tell he was German as soon as I did that, even like just doing this. I was like,
oh no, you can feel it right away because when it goes in those armpits and the core, it's like, yeah, it's no joke. So then Tyler, you can warm back up either on the bike or the VMAX. We're gonna take Joel back to the Localized, and then whenever you're warmed up, Sydney can take you back to the Localized, or I can take you back.
sounds good.
Awesome match there. So then this one is just a localized cold therapy. So for the chamber, it hits your whole body. And with Joel, he dropped about 64 degrees was his final skin temperature. With this one, we can bring your final skin temp to like 40 degrees. So for that one area, it's just actually a lot colder than the chamber. The chamber is gonna be the whole body. This is more beneficial for the one spot.
What's up? We just finished up at cryotherapy. We got some. We got to go in the big cold chamber. We did about 3 minutes, dropped about 30 degrees temperature in our body temp. Then we got a little bit of massage. Then we did some isolation cold. I did some on my back and the low shoulder. And then we did the compression sleeves on the legs. And that was great. I can really definitely feel that right away. So I'm gonna come a few more times, see how it works.